That's the point. Hey guys, welcome to Sociopathic Tendencies. I'm Jesse, here with Xavier, Leo, Jessica. Tony's taking a shit.
Tony's taking a massive shit. Like, I can smell from over here. I mean, that's not because I just farted. That's because his shit's so stinky. He tried shitting in my bathroom. His intestine got anxiety, and didn't happen.
By the way, I don't think Tony could hear any of this because he's blasting music right now.
Yeah, he's ass blasting.
Why is he blasting music?
So you
we
guys,
can't hear our voices, so he doesn't get shit.
I don't want to like do this without Tony, but I want us to talk about this because this is something that it's been bothering me, and so I don't know if you guys are gonna have much of an input. Please don't hump my leg, dog. Yeah, it started, Tony. I mean, I don't want to. You just took a shit. Why would I want to fuck you?
God damn it! I didn't take a shit.
Fucking anxiety again, or?
God damn it! Every fucking time I try to do things, god damn it!
Podcast.
Can't wait
started.
4 fucking minutes for me to take a shit. All right.
I told them to wait. He said, "Let's just go
God
for
damn
it."
it! All right, what I missed?
So Jesse did the intro, and then I was gonna
God
talk about
damn it.
this.
I did a fabulous
He
intro.
I'm gonna
did
read you the intro right now. What's up? I'm Tony. This is Xavier, Jesse, Jessica, Leo. Done. We're ready. Sociopathic tendencies.
So
Na 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 na.
make it 70% difference under copyright.
Ba
But so this happened recently where I've gotten just so tired of video games where it's like I started thinking of games that would be fun to play. I want to get into this. There are no longer any good Xbox One zombie games.
Well, yeah, because the Xbox One zombie season died.
It needs a revival. It really does.
It was a
it's like,
fucking 2-year-long fucking.
we need
series.
like 5 more.
There's
Like-
way more than enough zombie games
Like,
than Xbox One.
Leo, I'm assuming the last zombie game you played was Dying Light, right? Yeah. So and then Jesse,
Technically, Call of Duty Black Ops.
have you? Okay, Call of Duty
Oh my
Black Ops
God.
Zombies. Jesse, other than
This
Call of
is
Duty,
fair.
did you play Dying Light?
No.
I played Dying Light, I played Dead Island.
Well, no. Xbox One.
H1Z1.
Like Xbox 360. If we're gonna do that, I'm gonna name fucking PlayStation 3. Because I didn't have an Xbox 360. Because
Yeah, it's a really bad.
I think I
crap
had
zombies.
Dead Island Riptide for Xbox One.
Okay. No,
It was
it's
actually
Xbox One.
Minecraft, yes.
Is it backwards compatible?
Which one is?
Riptide?
Everything should be backwards
No,
compatible.
not everything.
No, not everything.
Dead Island was a part of it.
You literally just made me jizz a little. Because I want Dead Island and Dead Island Riptide to come backwards compatible. Because they were really great zombie games. Like, the fact that they keep remaking Resident Evil
Resident
games,
Evil was
I'm
actually the
looking
probably last one I
forward
played.
to.
Resident Evil 3.
Guys, speaking of what, Resident Evil 3 on Xbox One?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
No, it's on Xbox
Resident Evil
One.
1?
Am I just fucked up?
Resident Evil 1 was the fucking remastered one. Speaking of Resident Evil Black on Xbox One, though,
Yeah,
Resident Evil 0 just came out today.
Oh shit, today?
Yeah, it
Fuck,
came
I
out.
have to go
Well,
blame my dad
actually,
for it.
if you pre-order, it came out last night at 9 p.m. But I didn't get to play it because I was doing the thing we'll talk about. But
I'm glad they do things at 9 p.m.
yeah, that's only if you pre-order because of the East Coast
Easter.
time.
Yeah.
So I get to go play that when I get home.
I fucking hate you.
Yeah,
So-
well, buy games.
I mean,
Since,
don't
You're
be a
welcome,
dick.
man.
Just buy
since you
games.
guys are talking about releases, something me and Leo could talk about, Blade and Soul.
I didn't play it.
You haven't played it.
I
don't know,
Fucking
Blade
great
Soul
games.
Yeah, I don't either.
You guys keep-
she loves
MMORPG,
it.
fucking.
What?
Oh my
I'm
fucking
assuming
God.
PC.
Yeah, I think so.
Yes, it's a PC
You're
game.
fucking.
much
Play
it
the
cost?
console, I think PlayStation.
How much does it
no.
cost?
Oh my god! Of course it'd be PlayStation though if it was.
No, because
Hotline Miami.
I think it's a different franchise on PlayStation because it's PlayStation 3. PlayStation 4 doesn't have a cover for it.
What?
So I think the PlayStation franchise is different.
Yeah, they also released it for the N64.
But to give more background,
CDI is coming
this-
making a comeback.
this is a game that went big in Korea like 3 years ago.
Like
Not
North
really.
Korea?
No. Fuck
Yeah.
you.
Oh my god, I'm afraid of anything that becomes big in North Korea. Like they're fucking nukes.
But
Is it free?
yeah, free PC.
I might try.
Well, no, I gotta get a PC then.
I downloaded it. So.
But
You guys
so-
were,
What is
you
it
were
required
talking
to run?
about it.
To put it in perspective, Tony, it's another League of Legends download time, so you'll be there for a couple hours.
Alright, I have
maybe.
Resident Evil 0 to play. I'm fine.
That
Yeah.
too.
I'm not gonna sit there
Yeah,
and watch
but
the download
like, let's
go.
be real though.
But-
How fast are you gonna beat Resident
So-
Evil 0? That game was pretty simple.
4 minutes.
Leo and our friend Sir Lags got me and him to play Terra, which is another MMORPG.
Mhm.
Most MMORPGs on the
Good.
PC I can't get into.
Are very
I can't get into the story. Like even Elder Scrolls Online. That's
Quick.
about
No,
every
no, no, no.
question.
Elder Scrolls Online though sucked balls.
It did, but like even
That
that,
game was awful.
even that I wasn't able to get into the story. This
There
game,
was no story in Elder Scrolls Online. You had fucking different stories depending on who you played. And then the game was
Wait,
the
wait, wait,
easiest
wait,
game
wait.
ever made.
Are you sure? Are you true? Are you serious? Different stories based off the character picks?
That's what I remember.
I don't like that. It seems like it's too
There's like
much.
3 different factions you could choose between there. But I mean, that's like World of Warcraft, except World of Warcraft it wasn't
Was
super
good?
easy. Yeah. Elder Scrolls Online, if you played with another person, you'd run through everybody in about 1 hit or 2.
Or that's stupid.
Mm-hmm.
So, Jesse, you said you can't get into MMORPGs on the PC.
So-
what about console?
Neverwinter,
I haven't
Jesse.
played that many MMORPGs on the PC unless you consider Fallout 1, because you know I'm a fucking
No.
yeah. I know.
MMO, champ.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it'd be
Massive
I know.
It'd be
multiplayer online.
RPG shooter. I'm assuming.
Yeah, I wouldn't count shooter, but yeah.
But
Would it not be? What would it be then?
It's RPG.
Is RPG?
Yeah.
Okay.
Adventure.
like I said, I haven't played that
Okay,
many
adventure. That
on,
makes sense. I'm stupid.
fucking console.
What about Neverwinter?
No.
Hey,
You ever played Neverwinter yet?
Nah,
Hey Leo, we have another person to play Neverwinter.
But
Yeah, like me, I don't have to be a lonely healer.
so
Fucking 2 healers.
fucking Blade and Soul was the first game I was able to actually get thrown into the story.
What's it about? Because I'm gonna try to download
So-
this if you guys want to text me or remind me.
You're
Watch the anime.
trainee of
What an
this
ass.
clan.
Mm-hmm.
Love
It's
it.
anime.
It's hard to explain because it's I want to say Japanese culture based or Korean culture based,
Mm-hmm.
but you're
So
the
you're ninja, right?
recruit. No, you have
What
the
are Asian
option
things
to
I
pick-
know? Are you Godzilla?
You have the option. To
What the fuck? I space out for 2 seconds and all I hear is Godzilla. Jesus Christ.
You get the option to pick between 3 different classes.
Only 3?
From,
You upset sushi.
From what I know,
Is it
from
like
what I've
three main?
seen,
Oh, wow,
you
good
get a
girl. Good girl.
Fist Fighter, which is high damage. You get a Blade Master, which is kind of all even around
Yeah.
besides magic.
That's-
and then
that's
you
what
get a
I was.
Caster, who is all about magic, which kind of, Caster.
Mm-hmm.
So you get to pick one through those classes. You're recruit for the Hung Moon clan, or Hung,
Hung
Moon.
Moon.
I think that's what it's called. I could be wrong.
They got
Hung Moon
giant
clan.
balls.
And what happens is this person, one of the students, one of the other recruits betrays the master and starts poisoning his medicine. When he becomes weak enough, his faction attacks this base for the sword and completely wipes out everything. And then, except, your master makes a deal and gives the sword up to save your life. With
Oh,
that being
perfect.
said,
So wait, spoilers.
yeah, you should put
Spoilers of the
out.
first 4 minutes of the game.
Yeah.
no.
And then,
This is literally a
pretty
synopsis.
much, and then
Kind of want to play it now.
you get thrown off fucking Heaven's Island or whatever the fuck it's called into an ocean, and you get found by a former Hung Moon Clan member that left the island.
Hung Moon.
And then you start
You're a child.
you start trying to get
Moon.
obtain the sword that you lost. That's supposed to be that no one's supposed to be able to survive a hit from the sword, and Big Balls you fucking gets thrown into the ocean, probably drowns, and still fucking survives.
Okay, this already sounds like Final Fantasy X.
It's a fucking great game.
Great.
Great.
I mean, so is
graphics.
Final Fantasy X.
Oh.
Let's not be lying
Oh,
here.
okay, well.
You
I
can
got lost in
you
Final
fucking
Fantasy.
the
First
first 2 seconds of the game you,
You
can
guys,
lie.
you guys, every Final
If you don't
Fantasy
pay attention
game
to the
was a
text.
great game.
So it has to be hated by everybody in the room.
You mean every room I walk into? Man, I'm used to it.
Nah, the only Final Fantasy that was a good game are the ones with Cloud.
Tony fucking hated me because the first time I got into Final Fantasy, I told my dad I want to start from the absolute beginning and make my way upwards. And he said, "Don't do that. That takes too much time and money." And I said,
got lost.
"No." What happened
Too
was
much
I ended.
time and money. Do like $4 games.
He's
Ooh.
It takes too much time.
yeah,
Time
mostly.
gets makes sense, but money.
So
come on.
I told
There's
him
4 discs though.
at first. I told him, "Okay, I'm gonna buy the newest one, and then I'm gonna then start from the first and make my way back upwards." But so I bought the newest one, and at the time it was Final Fantasy 13, which Tony ripped me a new one for because he said it was the worst Final Fantasy game ever. Me never playing any of the others, I was like, it's pretty good. It's just why?
Just remember one thing, guys.
I haven't played the others. Yes, they're
Just
good.
just
They're really
remember
good.
one thing. It's Chocobo.
Hey Jesse, how does it feel to be hated by everybody in the room?
So I'm gonna.
Hey,
I'm already
hey.
hated, so I'm gonna say it. I didn't like 7.
7 was Cloud, right?
7 was shit.
7 was Cloud, right?
No shit. I'm
You know,
20%
truthfully, I didn't
shit.
play any of them fully.
I got lost in the first one.
I couldn't beat them because I sucked at video
First
games.
Hey Tony,
After like the first couple missions, they tell you to go somewhere. Never found the place.
I had that problem. Oh my god, what was the game? I think it was called Tales of Fantasia. It was a fucking GBA game. Got so fucking lost in it because it was so open world, but it was the fact that it was like shitty open world. And I just remember they gave you no direction, and at one part there was a
Half
puzzle
open world.
that half open world that none of my family could get through, and they never understood the puzzle. I was the only one to solve the puzzle, but I was too stupid to realize where to go after that because I didn't pay attention to the rest of the story. So they made a reference, and the reference was supposed to tell you where to go, and I was like, don't understand the reference. Just like most of my life where I don't understand references.
Jesse, what are you trying to say?
so let's talk about a good game that.
Dying Light?
I'm
What?
joking.
Dead
Nah.
Island Riptide? Dead Island 2?
Nah, Kingdom Hearts.
Kingdom
So
Hearts?
Kingdom
Oh
Hearts
no,
is
god
fucking
damn it!
Best series ever made.
I can't.
God
What
damn.
sucks is I can't even shit on it because it's not like I've played every single Kingdom Hearts game. It's just the ones I played I could shit on.
Which
And
ones
that's
you play?
like that was like 1 or 2 for the 3DS.
I've
It's pretty
actually
typical
never
3DS,
played
right?
any of the Kingdom Hearts games.
Good. Good.
Jesse, you want to borrow them? I have every single one.
Please don't.
Really?
The more it's
Every
amazing.
single one.
Oh,
I've
God,
collected
I
all of
hate
them.
you.
I don't
Kingdom
know
Hearts is
friends.
fucking amazing, and you played 1 or 2 for the fucking 3DS, so what'd
Yeah.
you fucking play? 358 Days and a Half Later with Roxas, the fucking worst character ever made?
Did you?
I played the worst one again, didn't I?
Yeah, you played the fucking
Yeah.
worst one.
Uh,
And Recoded, which I haven't played Recoded yet. I don't know what that one's about. I think that's just a remaster from one of them or two.
I don't know either. I played for 5 minutes. I threw it away.
So what happened in it?
I don't know. Like for some reason when I played it, I was just like, I couldn't get attached to the characters, which is really
Yeah, 'cause
weird.
You haven't started from the beginning.
Yeah, well,
Play if you want to get attached to a character, play from the fucking beginning. Just to get thrown into the fucking some terrible characters all of a sudden. Go, oh, why do I not like this guy? He seems terrible.
he seems terrible.
God.
I was
How about
gonna
we go to
bitch
a-
slap you, and then bitch slap you again, and then fucking knee you in the fucking nuts, and then crush your
Well, first you'd have to go to my
You're
ex and get my
nuts.
nuts back. Hey.
She's too good at running away.
Yeah, she ran away from me. Speaking of good games though,
Like Tony's
Devil
dad
May
ran away
Cry
from him.
needs a, Jesus Christ. Devil May Cry needs another game.
Hope he never hears this.
Punch through your car windshield. Devil May Cry needs another game. And I'm afraid
You
what
know why
direction
Devil
it's
May
in.
Cry was made?
No.
They need to
Resident
make.
Evil. In Resident Evil 4, when they were making the game, it was really supernatural based. And during the time, they thought that doesn't work with Resident Evil. It was named Biohazard 3.5 at the time. And they switched over and made a new game, Devil May Cry.
Resident Evil 4, what year was that? Because Devil May Cry had been out before that.
That's when it was made.
Do you know when Resident Evil 4 was released? Like, do you have like an estimate? Because if it was like, would you say 98, or is that too early?
No, 98's when fucking Resident Evil 1 came out.
See, that's the thing. Devil May Cry, the first one came out like
You could-
2000, 2001.
You could look it up, but
2000.
Resident Evil 4 is the reason
I mean, I
why.
will.
But with that,
They do need another Devil May Cry though. Like they were a great series.
they do. But
Nah,
with the whole
it's dead to
Devil
me.
May Cry was released 2000, 2001, they were consistent after that until 3. After 3, they stopped it for like 5 years and made 4 with Nero.
Huge problem.
And after Nero, they stopped it for another like 2 years and made the shit one.
No. So huge problem. One.
The shit 1.
Devil
Devil-
May Cry. It's literally called Devil May Cry. It's a reboot of the original series, and it's complete shit.
Well,
but
it's called Devil May Cry, but
Like-
if you look it up, it's capital D, lowercase M, uppercase C. That's the only way to really like find it. I mean, no,
But-
you can type in Devil May Cry,
like-
but
like-
like when you type in Devil May Cry,
The
the
way-
first one usually comes up.
the way, like, did Capcom sponsor that one?
You
know?
Yes, I believe so.
The only way,
I like
the way me and my brother refer to it is the British one.
Damn dirty
No,
bits.
that's how me and my brother refer to it.
So you Devil May Cry 1 was great. It was, introduced the series, it was
I'll
amazing.
show you that.
Devil May Cry 2 sucked so bad.
From what I
like,
can remember, yeah.
It was literally like, what the fuck is going on in the entire game? And then they created Devil May Cry 3, which is probably to date the best Devil May Cry, like just known to man.
Like,
And it was
the
because
only
it-
one close enough to run with it that didn't showcase Dante as a main character is probably 4.
Oh, okay, so that's what bothered me. So with 4, I thought it was a great game. Dante was still, like, even though the first, I think, 13 missions aren't Dante, it's Nero, it's the fact that it still feels like the only reason Nero is a character is because of Dante. Because Dante busted into the, spoiler, for a game that's super old if you didn't play, fuck you, Dante busted into the church and he shot the pastor.
True.
And then that released the full story of what really was going on behind everyone's back. And it was just, I felt like the story was just really inconsistent. Like it was kind of broken. It was a full story that made sense, but it was kind of just like, why though? Like why this, why that? And then with the new one that everybody shits on the most, I thought it was a decent idea in the sense that they're doing a lot of reboots. Like they did the
So-
Tomb Raider reboot. They're trying to, supposedly they're going to reboot Resident Evil. Not sure if that's going to happen. Kind of looking forward to it. But the Devil May Cry one was interesting because they explained more of the rivalry between Dante and Virgil, and it was nice to see Virgil almost like humanized.
So to explain who they are, they're the main two characters of the story.
Dante is the main
They're brothers.
character, and then Virgil's his twin brother.
And yeah, they hate each other.
You guys,
They only hate each other because they're somewhat
Madly in
battling.
love.
I have a problem. I went to go
Oh,
look up the
shit,
thing for Devil May Cry, and the first post that comes up, so I forgot I was looking this up, it says, when the person you love doesn't love you.
Oh,
Whoops. Let me just close that tab.
Oh,
Oh, that's hentai.
tell me it's sad.
Wanna watch?
So,
This one is about...
guys,
What?
guys,
What?
no, stop.
Okay,
Don't
sorry.
stop.
Hentai?
So, no, don't stop. Don't make me blow you! Devil
Oh God,
May...
what the-
Oh wait, Resident Evil 4.
Xavier's
okay.
choking
No, it's not.
on Tony's dick.
What?
Oh.
You act like you could fit your
Why?
mouth
So-
around my dick.
So, the whole rivalry between Virgil and Dante starts because Virgil is, I want to say, the antagonist of the series. Would you agree, Xavier?
What the? Okay, I'm gonna agree with you. Real quick, Resident Evil 4 came out 2005. Devil May Cry 1 came out in 2001, 2002. What? But
Early
no.
research and development work included a trip to Spain to examine various castles as basis for the game's environments. Does that sound familiar to Resident Evil 4? Yes, it does. However, in prototype status, it had proved to be a radical departure from the established Resident Evil formula and the survival horror genre in general. Rather than abandoning
reading
the
this off of
project
Wikipedia?
entirely, the premise was changed and it eventually became Devil May Cry. Get fucking faced, bitch.
So wait. What was the
No
whole
idea
argument
what's going
about?
on.
So Resident
We're
Evil
trying to
4
argue if
was originally going to be more supernatural based, but that was proven to be derived too far from the fucking Resident Evil formula of zombies. So they decided to make a whole new game genre entirely, Devil May Cry.
Like,
More
I
of an
get
action
that,
based puzzle.
but it's just like, the release dates show that it's like, it wasn't as if Resident Evil 4 was in development.
Yeah, no, it was completely in development.
What about Resident Evil 3?
See also for Resident Evil 4 development.
Okay, this is getting a little nerdy, but yeah, so I'll agree with you. Get back to what, you said he was the antagonist?
Antagonist.
Overall, yes. Only because he had such, like, a different viewpoint from Dante because of the fact that he viewed his
killed
powers.
people. When?
Well, I mean,
Dante killed people.
Dante didn't kill people, he killed
Well,
demons.
He killed demons.
He slayed
but,
demons. That's
Virgil
his
just
job.
destroyed cities, quote unquote.
Like, even with that, with the series,
Oh, we
you
base-
want to like Virgil.
Are you basing
Do
off
you
of Devil
see-
May Cry 1, 2, and 3, or Devil May Cry the
Yes.
newest one? Because the newest
1, 2,
one
and 3.
basically describes him as being like a human, and like he cares about them, but at the same time he realizes that they don't have the power to govern themselves because humans are stupid. And it's because of that Dante's like, humans should be free, not enslaved by you. We didn't kill who had already enslaved humanity just so you can enslave humanity. So that's when the revival really took place, and that's when you had to fight him. That boss battle was so fucking easy.
So I want to bring this back
I
up.
really, I find that really disappointing. I'm sorry, Tony. But I find it really disappointing that they made Virgil's boss battle so easy because he's usually really fucking
What
hard.
difficulty did you play it on?
I forget.
I played it on, no, Dante Must Die mode. Was that on that one?
You had to beat the campaign once.
No, because that's the thing. So it was like human, devil hunter, Nephilim. I beat it on Nephilim the first time through.
Nephilim,
So
what
it's
is
super
this,
easy.
Diablo?
So,
Yeah. And then it
I
fucking.
never even played the
if
Diablo
you beat it
either.
the first time through, you unlock heaven or hell.
Yeah.
If I'm right.
And then you have to beat heaven and hell to get hell and hell.
To get hell and hell, and or Dante Must Die.
Hell and Keller.
So,
The
just
whole
to
game
prove my point
relies.
further, when do you think Resident Evil 4 was being developed?
Being developed?
Mm-hmm. Without looking it up, though.
I didn't look it up. I'm on my phone to the side. I was
I
thinking
wanna
when you were going to say
say-
Resident Evil 3. Resident Evil 4, I would assume. So if it came out in 2005, probably development in 2003.
Ha!
Hold on,
Years
hold on.
before. 1999.
So
Okay.
right after
Hold
Resident
on.
Evil 3.
Oh, you're gonna guess? So, yeah.
I was gonna say 2000.
Yeah, of course, right after Resident Evil 3.
Well, usually game developers take like a slight break.
Now when you're in a fucking multi-million-dollar company that's making millions of dollars
Did
off of one
Capcom?
game.
Resident Evil
Yes.
4.
Resident Evil?
Resident Evil 4, it took 6 years for Resident Evil 4 to come
You know
out.
what? You know what's upsetting about that though? Why Devil May Cry 1 is so primitive. Like when you play it, it was like Devil May. It was Resident Evil 3 style.
But you know what you're comparing this to? You're comparing it to GameCube Resident Evil 4. The reason GameCube wasn't as
no, it
good
was
as a console...
wasn't it like PS2. It originally came out on.
No, it
Resident Evil
originally
4?
came out on GameCube. The reason GameCube wasn't as good of a console is because it was way ahead of its time. It was a much harder console to
I like
develop
GameCube.
on. So game companies in developing on it, they quit to go to PlayStation 2, which is easier, but gave them less leeway. They could do less shit with it. Capcom learned how to do it, and they made Resident Evil 4 in it, which is why Resident Evil 4 looks so much better on GameCube than it does on PlayStation 2.
But something that bothers me is the fact that when you play Devil May Cry 1, it's the fact that it had the Resident Evil 3 gameplay where you didn't have control of the camera. And you go to Resident Evil 4 where you had full control.
Yeah, because
It was just so much. It was like
Devil
such
May
a.
Cry again was
Would
on
you not-
PlayStation 2.
Did you not have
Devil May Cry 1, 2. Is it 1 and 2 or just 1?
3
Did you
was
play
when
all?
they introduced
No,
that
3.
control.
I want to say 3 is when they introduced where you had free camera control.
Because
Not even in every
I'm
room.
playing it. I was playing it again on the PC.
Well, that was boss battles. You didn't have
Because
control.
I bought it like
So.
2-3 weeks ago on the PC, and I'm replaying it. And even in that, I could control the camera angle. So I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure-
Devil May Cry 1 you couldn't. I'm not sure
Yeah.
if 2 you could. 2 might have been the middle ground where they tried it and they did it really shitty where you didn't have full control. Devil May Cry 3 they perfected
So-
it and then.
I think you had leeway in Devil May Cry 2, where when you walked on, you could kind of move your head as if you were viewing side to side.
Yeah.
So you weren't always fucking
This is
locked
the
off.
nerdiest podcast we've had so far.
Who cares?
I'm actually glad because we're not talking about sex.
Well, let's just get off that real quick.
No.
You want
Fuck
to get
you,
off this
I'm
dick? So,
What were we talking about?
we were talking about video
So,
games.
yeah,
Well, so we
Resident-
started with zombie games.
So
Then you make another Resident Evil, but not like
We-
6.
Yeah,
Please
no.
to God,
so
not
the
like
way
6.
they've stated this before is that they want to keep doing games like 6, keep going with the main game franchise and then storyline, is to provide to a wider audience. And games they want like the old ones were Revelations, where it's
So-
1, 2, and 3. Revelations are more like Resident Evil 1,
Oh, they're
2,
making a third
3.
Revelations?
They're probably going to.
I hope so.
So,
So
hold on. For people like me who are also
White.
white. No, for the people who didn't play Resident Evil franchise,
Do you want us to go over the story with you?
6. How was the gameplay?
Terrible.
Okay, so
No.
so the
Well, no.
problem.
Like, how did they design it?
So, have you played Resident Evil before?
No.
So Resident Evil 1 through Code Veronica, and so was tank controls where you turn your body and move forward or move backwards, and it's locked screens.
I don't remember 0.
Okay, 0 through I'll count because it goes 1, 0, 2, 3, 4.
You are right. I just wasn't sure if 0 was included.
Yeah, 0. 0, 2 is like that.
It's been
Where
a while
there are
since I
locked
played it.
control, tank controls with locked camera angles, and more of a horror themed where you're trying to search for stuff.
Fucking scary.
Scary, but that's because of the time. That's all they could do.
Yeah.
You weren't expecting more. When 4 came around, it was still scary because it was kind of fresh, but that's how you wanted a more smooth type of combat.
Yeah.
They started doing third person over the shoulder.
Mhm.
Because in the other games, it was you had the lock control. So what happened was the reason it was scary is because you wouldn't be able to see an enemy around a corner, but your character would auto lock onto it when you went to shoot. So that was the scariest thing because you'd be firing and you hear, and I'm like, what the fuck? Where's the zombie? And it's just like, it sucked. Before it was third person over the shoulder. but
That's
then
why
it was
a
good.
survival-based horror game. Is
Yeah.
that you had low ammo. It was not a combat-based game. From 4 on, it was more of a combat-heavy game to provide to a more wider audience. Which is true because the further game development went on, more people wanted smoother combat. That was a very important part of its game functionality.
Would you agree that 4 was the middle ground for that? Like 4, 5 really pushed that, and then 6 just overboard.
I think 4 wasn't the middle ground for that. I think 4
was
is
a
the
little
same
bit too
thing.
much.
It's the same thing as 5, basically. People
4
were
and
just
5
so
were good
fresh.
though. Like,
Yeah.
So 4 and 5 were really good, and then it's 6.
Well, because then Resident Evil, if you notice, Resident Evil Revelations came out,
Oh.
which is more of a throwback to the old ones, which got people to bring back their old ideas and
And
their
it
old
had like
games.
puzzles again and
But
stuff.
people who played only the fresher ones, where it was smooth combat, didn't really like Revelations as
Yeah.
much. That's why Revelations is based more on old style combat, older
You know
audiences.
what's weird about that? I didn't like Revelations 1, but I liked Revelations 2. But I like the older ones, not the newer ones. I'm a fucking piece of shit. But yeah, 6 was bad because what they just made it more like an action shooter. Like it wasn't. It didn't have the
Yeah.
survival horror aspect of a
Compare
Resident
it
Evil
to
game.
another game that I might have played.
Amnesia?
No. Well, I've seen gameplay. So.
Outlast?
Okay, yeah.
Wait.
So
The
Outlast is survival
earlier,
horror.
the earlier Resident Evils you're comparing it to, I'm assuming, not like 6, because 6 was not anything like Amnesia or
I
Outlast.
thought you were comparing Resident Evil 6 to Outlast, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Resident Evil 6 to Outlast. Outlast is a survival horror-based game. You're running away from something you can't really fight it that well, or often, and you're trying to get
Oh yeah, you're
a
right.
few supplies to keep going on with the story, right? That's kind of what the old Resident Evils were. But Resident Evil 6 is that you just have tons of ammo, tons of guns, a co-op partner, and you're just gun blazing through
Yeah,
everything.
literally.
That
It's
does
and
sound
then
like shit.
You just max level your pistol.
what was annoying was they also changed it because before it was always third person over the shoulder when they started 4 and 5, and then they went with 6 where it was complete free cam. So they really wanted to have that action part there where you're running, against the camera and things like that, which was meh. But what had to have been like really annoying was with the other Resident Evil games, they kind of did something small. And they kept going a little bit larger, a little bit larger, and a little bit larger. Where it was like, oh, it's going to get the whole world, just a city. Oh, it's going to get this, just an island. 5 was kind of the bigger one where you went to, like, Africa and you had a huge territory. But then you go 6 where it's, like, the whole fucking world. And when I say that, I mean it was just, China? Was it the
China,
US?
USA, some underground submarine place.
Yeah. I haven't played 6 in so long. I wouldn't mind playing it just to remember the
Some
story.
Russia, maybe a little bit. So the way 6 went, spoilers, whatever. Spoiler
This
alert.
game is literally, like, 6 years old. You should have
There's
played it.
4 different stories. They all interchange throughout each other, like,
Shout
they
out to
cross paths sometimes.
Ada, the hottest girl in the video gaming.
Leon,
Zero
Leonis,
Suit Samus is better.
Zelda, guys, come on.
Oh my god, I loved her broken looking hands where all her fingers were glued together.
So there's 4 different campaigns. Leon S.
Yeah.
Kennedy with some other bitch, Helen, whatever. Was her name Helen?
Yeah, Helen.
Yeah, Helen.
Helena.
Helena, and you kill the president because he gets infected at some sorority place. They don't really
Fuck
explain
you.
why.
President was white.
Yeah, the zombie apocalypse
Bush.
or epidemic is happening again in some city. Leon has to help find some things about it. Doesn't really explain that it's part of some dude's government plan to take over the presidency and take over the country. Throughout the thing, he goes to China. China gets infected with a giant T-virus. T-virus is the main zombie virus. And at the end, he beats the fucking government official.
Now, either I'm gonna be spot on, or I'm gonna make you hate me forever.
Probably gonna make you hate me. I mean,
Resident Evil, Umbrella Corporation, right?
No.
No?
Well, yes, sort of yes. Umbrella Corporation...
Neo Umbrella was the idea in like 6.
Sort of, some. So Resident Evil, it goes Umbrella was part of the Ashford family and the Alexander family?
Said Alexander, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
Alexander
sure.
and Ashford. It was created by the Alexander and Ashford family, if I remember correctly. I mean, I know Ashford, I'm not sure about Alexander. And they were trying to make a something to get people to live forever. They came up with the T-virus, T-Veronica virus, different mutations of the virus, and they create the Umbrella Corporation
God, these are such good games.
as a pharmaceutical cover-up for their company.
I'm just too cool to buy these games.
Can I please have you come over to play these games?
You can play this game, Sean. We all have the
Yeah.
I got Resident Evil 0 now. You can play that one too.
Yeah.
But so they're making this virus on the down low for government use and whatnot.
Resident Evil 4.
That one was really good.
Everybody's
Spin on me?
different conversation, guys. So they make they're testing their virus in their Arklay Mountains research facility / mansion, which is kind of bullshit place that some dude made by himself, and then he gets trapped and killed in there. It's really funny. But hey, Sushu. And so they're making their virus. At one point, they start genetically modifying human beings to make people. One of them is Albert Wesker. He's the main enemy. He kind of pushes the virus. A STARS unit is a private fucking city's SWAT unit, basically. They go in to investigate the place. 3 of them or 4 of them survive. They escape. They kill Albert, and they blow up the place. They think they're fine. So that's Umbrella's corporation. They can't really prove Umbrella did this that much, because immediately when they go back to Raccoon City, their home base, a few months afterwards, the zombie virus reaches there too, through rats and stuff. And Umbrella is trying to like clear up some of the STARS units that are left there, using a guy named Nemesis. He's a giant fucking. He's a giant
Sorry.
zombie man
Voice.
who has he's part parasite, and he's all the viruses at that point combined into a kind of humanoid zombie, one that has more like thought and he's more,
Intellect.
yeah, intellect,
Fucking genius zombie.
and he's just chasing after STARS units.
I gotta say this for Jesse because his face. The reason he was a genius was because if you played Resident Evil 1 and 2 and any others that released over time, zombies couldn't go through doors. If you went through a door, you were safe. Nemesis was the first zombie that when you went through a door, you'd hear him bust down the door and say, "Stars!" and he'd chase you down. That was the scariest thing because then you only had, I think the rooms with typewriters were the only safe rooms because you could save there. And even then, he could still get in the room sometimes.
and he was unkillable. You could take him down in a room and
Temporarily.
yeah, he'd go down in that room.
So like you could stagger him pretty much.
no, you could kill him in that room,
But
and
he'd-
he'd leave
yeah.
the room or whatever. He'd die on the floor, and you pick up supplies off of him.
He'd come back.
He'd come back the next room or
Fucking
whatever.
stupid and scary.
You know, it's what made him really scary. And then that was Resident Evil, what, 3?
3, yeah.
Resident
His
Evil
nemesis.
2 was different characters, Leon and Claire, and they're just
Yeah.
a cop and a girl trying to escape the city, being chased by a dude called William Birkin, who made the fucking,
It was Leon's first day on the job as a cop. Must mention that.
he was just transferred there, I thought.
Yeah,
too.
it was for. He said it was his first day as a cop in,
Raccoon
Raccoon
City.
City, and he's like his first day, fucking zombie outbreak,
So-
crashed a cop car.
So
That story-
off of that tangent, I'm sorry, Tony.
I wanna go on with the
Shout out
story,
to
okay.
Crazy. He was playing a game on his YouTube channel with the same type of shit, right? Like fucking private detective or whatever. You're the main cop, but like private detective, and then everything goes to shit, and then the fucking like newbie recruit fucking gets killed.
What
Oh,
the
that
fuck?
game is,
I don't know this.
that
game.
was the game that was made by the Resident Evil guys.
This was made by Capcom.
Oh, no, but the crew that
Okay,
made
okay,
Resident Evil.
sorry.
Fuck, what's it called,
I
guys?
asked Crazy why he doesn't make any more videos.
Because
The
it wasn't
game
that
crashed.
good of a game. It was not that good of a game.
Oh.
The game gets really bad.
Honestly,
I mean,
I'll
was
give you
Destiny.
that. But you know the game I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I can't
When-
remember the fucking
When you
name.
play, like when you actually get into the gameplay, when he's walking around and
Mhm.
everything, is that the type of view that Resident Evil's in?
That's not at this point. In Resident Evil 0 or 1, 0, 2, 3, and Code Veronica are tank controls with a locked camera screen.
Yeah.
4, 5, 6,
The Evil Within.
Three.
yeah, Evil Within. There we go. Thank you.
Oh, Evil Within
There we
was
go.
fucking scary.
That
This is
game.
scary.
That game.
Oh, that's the game you're referring to? I
Yes.
fucking hate you.
Dude,
That game is.
that game, it, like, just watching Crazy play it
Yeah.
made me want to fucking play it and get scared shitless.
But
My
that game wasn't scary because
Like-
after a while you realize it's just gore.
Like-
It is solely gore.
yeah, but it's the
Until
gore that
now-
kind of like frightened you.
4
no,
It's,
no,
points in the game.
it's the
So-
fear of dying. It's not like the game is scary itself. It's like I don't want to die.
So, I don't know how far you got into it.
I beat the whole game.
So, well, I was more so going.
And the DLC.
I don't know how far you got into watching
Taking
Crazy
piss.
if you watch Crazy, but the part where
On
you're
professionals.
fucking going for the key when the guy's chasing you. That type
Yeah,
of
the
horror.
first scene in the game.
Yeah. I'm sorry. But that type of horror, that type of fucking Outlast type of something's chasing you, you're going to die. Resident Evil
That's my
basics
point, though.
are such good horror
The rest
games.
of the game isn't like that. That's why Resident Evil 3 was a really good game, because Nemesis is an almost unkillable being that chases you out through the entire thing. Evil Within didn't do that. They did that for the first part, that you're just running, but after that, you're usually fighting and killing everything. There's very few points where you're just running. So Resident Evil 2, you're running away, you're trying to escape this place. A guy, William G. Birkin, made a G virus he infected his daughter with. He's working for Umbrella. Umbrella's trying to kill him and take his virus away, and all in its cure. He infects himself and kills the Umbrella people. One of them is named Hunk. He's really cool, and he maybe survives, maybe doesn't. You don't know. Well, he survives. You don't know what happens to him afterwards. But he infects his daughter and gives her the cure. So she has some zombie powers, like she can regenerate real fast. Like she gets like. In one of the games, she gets a helicopter blade through her, and she just takes it out of her and regenerates it. I'll get to that when we get to Resident Evil 6.
Okay, you can't go bit by bit for every single one. This podcast's not that long. Secondly, you forgot the best Resident Evil
I'm just
game
skipping
ever
Resident
made.
Evil 4 and 5, basically.
Operation Raccoon City.
That game, no,
So
the game's
I'm
not
gonna
ask
canon.
about
The
that.
game's not canon.
That game was literal AIDS.
So I was gonna ask about that because everybody, mostly you two, everybody I've talked to though, said, I think even Crazy says it was shit.
So
It's the
the reason is
shittiest
because like
game.
so it wasn't canon, but what was annoying about it was you go from all of the things that he's talking about, every single aspect,
So-
and you throw that away and you say, let's create a game about zombies and call it Resident Evil. Was basically what it was. It was literal garbage
So
where they
it's
tried
the
intersecting
same-
through every single game.
It's
So-
the same story as 2 and 3 at the same time, but you're playing it as the bad guy's perspective.
Yeah,
So
So you just
if you
and
if,
it was like terribly done.
Yeah.
if they would have taken the Resident Evil brand off of it, and
Good zombie game.
made a completely
Maybe.
new game.
Fucking Left 4 Dead.
Really?
No, Left 4
No,
Dead,
Left
you
4
were
Dead was
against hordes.
Yeah.
Umbrella
Yeah.
Chronicles are your 4 people with fucking superpowers, basically killing everything.
So, what's the
It's a nice
actual
game.
title? Is it just Resident
Evil
Operation
Operation
Raccoon
Raccoon City.
So
So, what if
Operatives.
they made it like a whole new series where it was like Umbrella Corporation Story 1 or some bullshit?
Fine.
Well, no. Because I would
Like-
hope that it would still if it's Umbrella, I'm gonna immediately think, man, there's gonna be canon to all the other Resident Evil games. They should just it shouldn't have been a Resident Evil.
Like, just
It should
a
have just
completely new series?
new characters, new names, not made by Capcom, not made by anyone that
Well,
has
Capcom.
respect for themselves. Just
So
a really small company
Sure.
that wanted to make
more so like an indie game pick-off, right?
more so like Nintendo should have made it.
You know
Yeah,
what?
GG.
I feel like
Cut that out.
Like, the way,
Cut it out.
you're explaining it, I feel like Nintendo would have done a good job. Because Nintendo cares about
So
games.
what happened was, you play through the game, 4 people. I think they had like 8 characters or some shit you could pick, and like each one had like a certain trait that they did. Like it was obviously like medic, demolition, shit like that. So you play through it, and it is the bad guy story of going through all the games. What was annoying about it was, as you're going through, you just realize 1, it's poorly done. 2, there's like this really offset story that isn't important enough, but they try to make it important.
It's like collect the mayor's papers.
No. I'm talking more about like spoiler, Nikolai. Like you have this whole story where you have like a traitor in the middle of your company, and it's like, well, who gives a shit? Like you're already doing a shit job explaining the story that is linked to every other story. Why barely explain this? And like Nikolai left his team to die and like other stupid shit, and it was super weird. But it wasn't good. Like if you played it on its own, if you've never played a Resident Evil game and you played it, probably a decent game. If you've ever played any other game ever made, not a good game. Like, it's just that simple.
So, I hate to get off on the topic of Resident Evil.
We're halfway through the stories.
Oh, we're halfway through. Please note.
no.
Actually, I'm skipping
So,
over most
I
of the
just-
games.
since
4,
we're
5
still on-
happens, 6 is bad.
Okay.
that's fine.
Go.
Since we're on the topic of horror,
Yeah.
did any of you play Dead Space? The Dead
Yeah.
Space series. How did you like it?
You're
I
gonna.
liked it. I liked it a lot, except for 3 wasn't really the same kind of game.
Okay,
So,
thank you.
I didn't play.
I thought you were gonna hate me.
And
I was gonna ask.
why are you?
It's not that
why
I
are you
didn't
fucking-
like
Oh no, I'm sorry.
three.
I should have said that. It didn't have the same feel in my opinion.
No, it's because it was
So-
co-op. You took away all the aspects of it being a horror game when you add another person with you.
Like Resident Evil
So-
6.
Have you guys played Fear?
Have we played what?
Fear.
No.
Yeah.
I like myself.
Beer.
No, I'm not saying it's bad. I just don't want to be a bitch and get afraid. I played Outlast. I fucking cried.
2 was apparently just a weird, scary game for no apparent reason.
Again, a game where 1, 2 are good, 3 is bad. It added a co-op.
You see, this is why they
It
shouldn't
was
come out with
weird.
Half-Life 3.
3 wasn't a horror game.
I know, it was stupid.
Why? It was like a
Why the
complete
fuck are
shooter.
Me
you
and my brother
biting
played
me?
it, I was like, dude, I'm a ghost.
You play as a ghost dude. You just go kill people, and you fight helicopters and stuff.
I just love the main
Sushi, calm
power
your
for the ghost guy.
tits.
You just possess me.
Fear 1 and 2, you're fighting this weird
Thank
ghost
you.
Alma girl, and it's like a
Fucking
super scary
thank
like
you so
hospitals
much.
Yeah.
and schools and warehouses and this cool shit. And then 3, where you're just with the fucking your twin brother, who's a ghost.
Well, you guys might see that girl, maybe.
Who's your
one
mom
time.
now?
Yeah.
Because the second game, she rapes the main.
Yeah, rapes main character, boom, done. Gets
Almost got
pregnant,
raped myself right now.
gets pregnant,
Your damn dog.
You're
had
gonna.
babies.
I'm gonna, do this just so I can purposely hate certain people in this room. Who here has played any Silent Hill game?
I have.
I know you have. I'm looking at the 2 that I know have it. I want to make enemies.
You're looking at
Have
one
you guys-
person, but
have you
alright.
guys, have you guys played
I'm
them?
too poor to afford games.
I had a sister that
You-
bought everything,
you-
so I just stole her games.
You saying
so,
that
Yeah.
makes me want to go buy them.
So
So-
this is the problem.
You gotta buy certain ones. You gotta buy certain
You like
ones.
Downpour, didn't you?
No.
Did you? Okay, thank God. I thought you were one of the assholes that liked
Touch
Downpour.
me.
That game was bad, especially because at the time that it was made, Downpour was one of the games where it should have played better. They literally made it in the style of the other ones, which like you would think the other ones
Also
were
wasn't a
made,
good game in general.
Yeah.
Had a bad story.
but it was pretty bad. Well, you were like a criminal, and supposedly you killed your son, but you didn't kill your son. You were trying to kill the cops or killing
Your
your son.
brother.
Fucking weird shit.
Your
That
brother.
was your brother? That was
Yeah.
your son. I don't
You
fucking
got
remember.
you thought you were a military actor. You were military, and you thought your brother died in a weird boat accident, but instead you killed him.
Yeah, because like you end up arguing with the cops because you're like, I want my son, and all this weird stuff. But no, it's just weird because like so when you play any other Silent Hill game, it's like it's made for the best for its time. So of course it's gonna be great to play, but it's only gonna be really perfect in the time that it was released. Downpour was released in a time where games were so much further than the original ones, and yet they still made it as shit as the other ones. It's like they purposely made a game and then lowered the quality.
So, kind of off task or off topic.
We're been completely off topic this
I
whole
think
podcast.
a really good
Name-
topic on our games.
Name
Well, yeah, with
This
games.
is a gaming podcast. Did we guys say that at the beginning? Yeah, this is a
Oh,
gaming
so yeah, this is
episode.
gonna be fucking be nerds with us.
You know, I
gaming
didn't know
podcast.
it. I didn't know it was gonna be that.
Yeah.
So
Name it the gaming podcast.
so
We just put that at the
name
beginning.
one game that's continued the series that the older versions are way better than the newer versions.
Res-
Even with
So like all
Even
games,
with-
right?
so hold on.
Everything
even,
we just mentioned.
even with like all the graphics updates, everybody has to say a different one.
Halo 2.
Fuck you. Tony, you wanna go? I'll
Every single thing we just mentioned.
So you're saying, I gotta agree, Resident Evil 4 graphics still better than 6. But no, so for
It went
me,
with the genre
when you
of
say
the game.
franchise, let me ask you, can it be a game that has like the same startup? Like I can't say the story continues through each game, but it has the same title, like a similar title. Like so, I'll tell
As
you
long,
what.
I'll give
Tales of
that 'cause
Symphonia?
Yes, the Tales of series. 'Cause
How
you
did I
have,
fucking know that about you,
so
animal?
this is the thing. So you had, I'm not gonna name Tales of Symphonia, maybe Tales of the
You wanna
Abyss.
tell us his entire story?
But no, I'm not going to go through the story 'cause I'm not going to be that guy. But so if you go from like Tales of the Abyss, Tales of Fantasia, Tales of Symphonia Dawn of the New World, Tales of Asperia, Tales of Ziestra,
Asparagus?
Asparagus. All of those have the Tales of. None of the characters really cross over except Tales of Symphonia and Tales of Symphonia Dawn of the New World. But it's the fact that each one, I feel like the older ones were better, and graphics-wise they were, phenomenal. They were superb. It's like, especially if you play Tales, I'll go Tales of the Abyss because that story really got me. Was it Tales of the Abyss? Tales of Exilia, I fucking cried. I felt like such a little bitch. I only got halfway through the game, but then I cried, and then I realized the game wasn't over. But Tales of the Abyss was one of those games that fucking fucked me over emotionally. But its graphics literally look like a game that probably would come out now.
So, is it the story of the old ones that makes you like the old ones better, or like?
No. The
what-
story for all of them are really good because you always play with like some protagonist that ends up going through this huge emotional
Usually
conflict.
play a game with protagonist.
Well, fucking. What's the game you play as the enemy?
Antagonist.
Fuck. There is a game that you play that. I don't
You're the
remember.
protagonist.
Oh, fucking spoiler alert! Castlevania, Lord of Shadows, you were the fucking antagonist the entire time in the entire game.
No,
Did-
you're the
didn't-
protagonist.
No, so
You're
you.
playing from your view.
Yeah,
you're
but
the protagonist.
you in the end of the game, you even say yourself, "Oh, I'm the bad guy."
Bad guy does not mean
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So-
But you end up turning your back against humanity, and you play the second game, Lord of Shadows 2, and you're still just killing people. You're just like, I'm a monster now. I'm just gonna do this. I'm gonna fucking kill people. I'm a bad guy.
The
And then
view
the
of
good
the fights is
people.
written
So-
by the winners.
Punch them.
You're
Bringing
not.
that-
Ah, you spit in my eye!
Bringing back.
Sorry.
Bringing that back into
My
your life,
eye!
didn't your Mormon obsession get mad at you for spoiling that?
And she got mad at me for spoiling Castlevania because like, I'm gonna yeah, my Mormon obsession. I'm gonna go through the story really quick then. So Castlevania, you play as some guy and you're trying to like help the fucking I'm gonna call it Brotherhood of Steel. I almost said that. You're trying to help your brotherhood though, and you're trying to just go on this quest, and it's almost like you're trying to find a way to bring back your wife because they promised you a way to bring back your wife because she was dead somehow.
Things
Oh
that
my
are
god,
dead
you
should
wish.
stay dead.
But no, so this is the thing. So he's finding out the story little by little as he goes along. He finds out, like in the middle of the night, he kills a companion that he's with. And he's like, oh my god, he thought it was a dream. He wakes up, she's dead still. And he's like, oh no, I fucking killed her in real life and I dreamt. And I actually did it, I thought it was a dream. But then you get through the entire game, you find out you're the one who killed her. You killed your own wife because the Brotherhood made you. They tricked you into believing that you didn't really do it.
The
You
Dark
killed her.
Brotherhood?
Yeah, the Dark Brotherhood.
Oblivion?
Yeah,
Skyrim?
Oblivion. Yeah, Skyrim.
Elder Scrolls?
Elder Scrolls, man.
Morrowind?
Fucking
Arena?
kill yourself.
All the Scrolls Online?
I feel bad because I haven't
Tesso?
played Morrowind, and everybody says it's a fucking good game. But then everybody else is like, it's also a good game because that's the only one you can actually strip your character down fully naked.
So guys, I own the Elder Scrolls series, but I gotta go home pretty quick.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
I don't know what time
Apparently
it is.
Morrowind is fucking stripped nude. I can go to...
I legit was like, oh, where do you have to go, Tony? We're in the middle of a podcast. I'm a professional.
Says the man who took a piss during the middle of the
Says
podcast.
the man who was going to leave.
Says the man who was taking a shit when we started.
So you guys got.
Yeah, it's not my fault you guys fucking started when I was trying to take a shit.
I said we should wait.
So
It's Jesse's fault.
It really is.
yeah, I know it is my fault. I'm sorry.
I wish that I
But,
had Jesse's car.
so you
go
explained why you like the older Tales of games. Leo, why do you like the old Halo? Like, why do you like
why
Halo
did you
2
choose? Why did you choose Halo 2?
out of
All of
the
the Halos.
best Master Race Halo of Halo?
You mean Master Chief out of all the...
Master Chief Race.
Jesus.
Nobody saw that.
The one thing that
I saw you
removed
do that.
was dual wielding.
Video.
Weren't you able to duel the Needlers?
In which
Halo
one?
2.
No, in Halo 1 you could.
No, you couldn't.
No, I'm fucking bullshitting you.
I thought in Halo 3
It was
you could.
Halo 2 was, I think, the only game that they had a lot of dual wielding.
I could have sworn.
No, Halo 3
Because
did do
I
it.
could have sworn you could have
Oh.
dueled the Needlers.
Oh yeah, you can dual wield the weapons.
The
But no,
Needlers.
the
So now your reason is void. You like a shit Halo game.
Mueller.
I played Halo
So- And
I played with Jesse's tits.
Mueller.
fuck you.
You sound like when I shoot the Weevil in fucking Call of Duty. Weevil, Needler.
So the pistols, the Spartan pistols, I could have sworn you
They're
could have
called Magnums, but
Yeah, they're
alright.
Magnums. I don't-
Like the condom?
So the Magnum.
Like the chocolate bar?
Spartan pistol.
But in Halo 3, the Needler was considered a power weapon, so you wouldn't be able to dual wield.
Didn't
Really?
so
Yeah. You guys want to play Halo
did the
together?
Needler
I'll put Resident Evil 0 later.
get
I have to install it. But
did the Needler stay the same or did it get buffed?
Stayed the
Like
same.
it stayed the same. All right.
Like all their weapons stay the same. They never nerfed
No,
any weapons.
that's a
except
fucking
the,
lie.
Okay, the Magnum got nerfed.
Yeah.
That's the only.
Fucking
That's the only
slut.
weapon.
Isn't that like the most overpowered weapon?
You
Yeah,
can
Halo
one
1.
shot a hunter
Yeah.
So
if you got a.
I remember when
And
people,
then Halo 2,
I
think
stayed
it was
with a
Halo
pistol the whole game.
2, they changed it to shoot faster.
You know what's a gun like that in Left 4 Dead though? The shotgun, the fucking god tier
So-
weaponry.
Leo,
You know it's
said-
like that in
Explosive
Call of
bullets.
Duty Black Ops 3.
Explosive bullets, man.
Leo, you said Halo 2. You said Tales of Games. You said Resident Evil.
I said all of them.
Well, all of them. Yes.
Call
What
of
the fuck?
Duty, Halo.
So
No, I'm not going to.
Why?
I don't feel good. I'm gonna throw up.
Oh, but does that mean you're feeling it? Are you
No, I'm
feeling it
not
now,
feeling
Mr.
it at all.
Krabs?
No,
Are you
he-
feeling it now, Mr.
It's more
Krabs?
like he's gonna get.
Can I show my tip in
He's gonna
here?
get poisoned
So-
before he's.
I didn't eat good food before
Do
we
you
got
ever-
here.
do you ever
I was feeling
eat
sick when we got
fish?
here.
Wanna
What?
play pool one day?
I've played pool. I owned a pool table for a long
Yeah,
time.
but do you want to play together?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
I suck at it. I haven't played in a while. The one time I played, I won, and then I didn't sleep with her. I mean, what? I hope she doesn't listen to this.
Who?
I link it to her all the time.
Who?
Well, I link the podcast. You know the...
Uh,
So anyways, chick that was
Yeah.
pool, tried to have sex
Oh
with
yeah,
her.
this is gonna be the first one. I'm gonna only cut out the beginning for.
really?
Oh.
Yeah.
No, you leave the beginning part in. I want everybody to hear me scream again.
No, no, no. He
No,
said
no,
he's
no.
gonna cut out. There was a huge part before that
Yeah.
that he's gonna cut out.
where you started.
Because then there was a part where I talked about like taking a dick in my ass. So he's gonna obviously leave that in, and that was before you came onto the podcast.
What about? Are we going to what?
So-
I'm not
I'm
gonna
not
talk
doing
about this.
anything else.
So
This is your
I'm
problem.
sorry. I have to. So I'm gonna say mine. The games I personally think that are better previously before the newer ones
Call of
is
Duty.
Dragon Ball Z.
I haven't played Dragon Ball Z game.
So Dragon Ball Z, Budokai, Budokai 2, and Budokai 3.
Say what I'm doing, Tony.
So Xavier, being the gracious human being he is, fucking the most chivalrous man, walks into the hallway. Not even the hallway, the doorway to outside, and just farts and puffs the air towards the door, and it's not open.
I didn't want to fart on you. I brought it over. Fuck.
I'm gonna fucking get fighty right now. I'm gonna get fighty.
Oh, that smells like fucking shit, dude. Did I shit myself?
So Jesse, you're trying to say about Dragon
You're playing Dragon Ball Z.
Dragon Ball, Budokai, Budokai 2, and Budokai 3
Doing.
were
Tony, calm down.
Stop.
Ah!
Tony's feeling it. I want to hear Jesse's story. I'm gonna go text. What is going on? Everyone's laughing. Nothing was said that was funny. There was nothing funny said. Why is everyone laughing their ass off? I'm so confused. I need to leave. I need to leave with a fucking brain cells left, apparently.
What?
I don't. I keep thinking about my childhood.
I forgot to breathe. I almost killed myself, guys.
I'm just gonna go like that.
And he says he's okay. I don't believe it.
Well, while Tony has a seizure or something.
Guys, I was laughing because it's funny to laugh, and since I haven't had much sleep, I forgot to breathe and I almost killed myself. I was about to pass out.
Hey, Tony, you should do that real quick.
Pain.
That'll clear up your throat. Trust me.
Suffering.
He hit his head against the garbage. Leave all of this in.
I am. I told you it was the first time. Just a big bold
Tony,
text.
shut the fuck
Tony is
up.
dying.
It hurts. I'm in pain.
You want to just have a side conversation that the podcast is going to pick up?
It picks up everything.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's like this.
Did it pick up my mom? Was it Tony? Is Tony the podcast trying to pick up my mom?
Tony, stop.
Tony's still dying.
The sad part is I don't understand what's going on.
Well, it's
Am I high? Are they high?
It started with you going over there
To
and
fart?
Tony, and then I
Maybe
don't know
wait,
what
wait.
I don't know what happened after
My
that.
fart is made out of fucking laughing gas,
I
bro.
stuck in the ceiling.
I shrunk the strength in the ceiling. That's what I heard.
Stuck in the ceiling. Oh my god.
So are we good?
Oh yeah, guys, I'm good. What's up?
Fuck you. I
Alright, time to end the podcast. Goodbye.
No.
You know somebody actually probably close to you too. As soon as you said that, like, it's fucking over, really?
Yeah.
Woo. Guys, I'm a headache.
I feel like it's over. I don't know what's going on anymore. Is this what it's like hanging out with me every other day? Is this how you guys feel? Man, do I feel like an asshole.
God damn.
Tony, I
What's
fucking
up?
hate you. It feels
I
like I
guess
just
that's
did
the
an
one
ab
way to end
workout and I
podcasts.
didn't.
And Jessica stayed asleep the entire time. We're that boring,
Hey,
this
hey, hey,
podcast,
hey,
that
it's
we...
$50. She's not sleeping.
Jessica! Yeah, she's not sleeping.
So,
She's a heavy
I guess
sleeper.
we're
You guys are dicks.
Let's end the podcast, maybe.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's on the
how-
podcast.
How long has it been?
What's our outro? What?
50, it's currently 53.
Oh yeah. we can
Alright,
stop.
let's end this because people are gonna bitch about it.
Yeah, because it's too
Oh, wait,
long.
hold on.
Oh, just like, you know,
I
Tony's
have to
dick.
ask a question.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to see a video every week or every other week?
Or a
Leave it in the
podcast every
comments
week or
below, I
every other
guess.
week.
Or message us, or talk to us in real life because you're our friends.
Yeah.
So wait.
You guys can email us at sociopathic tendencies at
No. Hold on.
Gmail?
I have a
gmail.com.
closing.
We have a Twitter
You're
at...
about to close your asshole if you
I
want to
have-
stop
You want
talking
to
to
create
Tony.
Twitter and quit like everything?
We're gonna create a Twitter. We're gonna create a Twitter. Hopefully it'll be
Yeah,
sociopathic tendencies.
Yo, add me on MySpace, bro.
Dude,
Guys,
MySpace is all like this.
I have a closing
It
thing
really
to
is.
bring up
Fucking love
with
MySpace.
Xavier.
Yeah.
We were walking home, or to Leo's house,
Yeah.
and you said you
Oh!
want birth control.
That I was on birth control.
No, that you want a birth control implant.
Yeah.
Please explain.
So then, what a birth control implant is?
Well,
No,
no,
why
guys.
you
We're
want
gonna save this for next week.
Oh, yeah. Next time on Sociopathic Tendencies, we'll talk about birth control.
Let's
And
leave it
what
with the
penises.
question. With another question from the. Never mind. We already gave him a question from them.
So,
You can just cut out like 2
Guys.
minutes ago. Cut.
3-digit number ending in 0.
okay, we have to end
Name
this,
it.
you guys. It's like, no one.
Yeah.
Have a nice day. Fuck off. The podcast is over. That's your ending.
You guys ever think spleen is a really weird word?
What's the scariest thing you can imagine one of your best friends doing to you?
Shoving your dick in my ass.
I was gonna say that. But because I have male friends, the scariest thing for me is if they shove their dick in my dick.
Oh God.
That's a lot scarier than in my ass. Like, I'm willing to take a dick in the ass. I mean, you can't knock what you haven't tried before. But I mean, a dick in my dick? I mean, I don't like it when I get soap in my dick.
Oh,
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.